So I know doing Liverpool FC might kind of feel like a cop-out, especially when there's a rebuild involved. But they're 11th place in the league when I'm recording this. They just lost to Nottingham Forest 3-0. It's like the perfect time for a rebuild. There's been other teams doing better than them, and yet they're in 11th place after losing 3-0 to Nottingham Forest at home. So with that, it might seem like a stupid rebuild to do, but let's rebuild Liverpool FC on FC 26. Before the video starts, can you please make sure to like, comment and share on this video, and please subscribe to the channel as it will help the channel so much. Thank you guys so much. So the first thing to do is to sign that contract as Arnie Slot. Let's have a look at the situation. We're 8th in this timeline but 11th in real life. Most of the squad needs to go at the end of the season, like I think they will in real life at the end of the season. We'll try going with a 4-2-3-1, even though that will change later on down the line. We make some loans because I just don't want people to go at the end of the season for no reason. But in the Champions League, when it actually came down to it, we got knocked out by Borussia Dortmund in the round of 16. And at the end of the season, we had Brentford on the final day, which was actually a 1-0 win thanks to Ekete. But that will leave us in 4th place, and even though we qualify for a Champions League, it's not what we wanted, because most of the squad has to go. I mean, look at that. Most of the squad has to go, so that happens. Davis is gone, Chiesa is gone, Teskamas is gone, Gakpo's gone, Slopsai's gone, Gomez is gone, Woodman's gone, Salah's gone, Van Dijk is gone. We're bringing Ruta goes for a younger centre-back, and we just loan out some people and youth academy people we found out last season. So we're going to rely on the youth that came back on loan from last year. Let's see how it goes. So first off, in the Champions League, we actually somehow make it past Sporting Lisbon. In the quarterfinals, we have Bayern Munich already 3-1 up. We lose on the day but win on aggregate. And in the semi-finals against Fenerbahce, already 2-0 up, and yep, somehow we're in a Champions League final. Like, I didn't play any of the games, so that's kind of weird to get to the final. But we do have another final to worry about first. It's actually going to be the FA Cup final against EFL Championship side Norwich City. A team that are currently in like 2nd or 3rd to last place in the EFL Championship. So really, how easy or hard is this actually going to be if Norwich FC actually made this point? But with the words Tifo up already, it's going to be the FA Cup final between Liverpool and Norwich City. So let's have a look at the Liverpool way to get here and the Norwich way to get here. We had to go through Hull, Tottenham and Arsenal to get to this point. Sheffield had to go through teams like Birmingham City. And if Isaac can do a great job today, he can try and get the golden boot for the FA Cup. So the lineup is going to be Alisson, Beck, Leone, Kanate, Ramsey, followed by Curtis Jones in the defence, followed by Kumas and Frimpong, followed by Harvey Elliott at the cam after a disappointing Villa loan spell, with Ekete and Alexander Isak up front. So how does it start? Well, it's easy. Ekete gets the ball straight through to Isak, has it. First go after his FC Barcelona loan spell because he needed to get his fitness up. Gets the first goal in this FA Cup final over the EFL Championship side Norwich City today at Wembley Stadium. But then, right before the second half, it's Isak again, tries to run down the wing, and there he goes. He officially overtakes to become the FA Cup Golden Boot winner. So even if we lose, at least Isak gets to take something home with him. Because at half-time, it's going to be Liverpool FC 2, Norwich City 0. But then in the second half, the game actually gets a bit interesting because Jurisic actually scores in the 50th minute. So Norwich City, within 5 minutes of the second half, bring themselves back into this FA Cup final fixture. But then we're going to bring on, just in case, Gravenberch, McAllister, Kirkes and Connor Bradley for Jones, Beck and Ramsey in the second half. But if you think that worked for us, absolutely not, because Jurisic just spins Kanate, and with 10 minutes left to go, Norwich City actually get themselves back in it, which is like absolutely crazy to me, because it's been a one-man show by Jurisic, and with 3 goals, 2 in this game alone, Norwich City have equalised in the FA Cup final. But right before the end, Gravenberch gets a tackle straight through to Ekete, straight through to Harvey Elliott, and after having such a disappointing loan spell at Villa Park last year, this season he wins the FA Cup for Liverpool with 5 minutes left to go of normal time. So the last change that we're going to make is that Wirtz is going to come on for Louis Kumas, who had a decent spell at Birmingham but is having a great spell at Liverpool here, because the final score is Liverpool FC 3, Norwich City 2. An absolute great result by us to win Liverpool the FA Cup right before we have the chance to go out and win the UEFA Champions League. But here comes the goal scorer that won us the FA Cup. The captain, Harvey Elliott, lifts the FA Cup for Liverpool in this FC 26 rebuild. A fantastic job done by the Scousers. But now it is time for us to be in Germany, as we are going to be doing a repeat of the 2018 UEFA Champions League final between Real Madrid and Liverpool. And while Real Madrid won that game in Ukraine 3-1, we have a chance to reverse everything that we have done in that 2018 final and win this final. But can we do it after selling all of our major players and relying on the kids that was in the Championship last season? Well, let's find out, because you know what? I can't believe that trusting a young left midfielder and relying on EFL Championship players who was out on loan to the Championship last season to basically lead not only an FA Cup title run but an FA Cup final run. But regardless, let's get to this UEFA Champions League final. So it's going to be Alisson, Bradley, Konate, Goes, Kirkes, Gravenberch in the defence, Ngoma and Frimpong on the wing, with Wirtz in the middle, followed by Ekete and Isaac up front. And the most surprising thing happened. Ngoma gets the ball straight through to Ekete. Florian Wirtz actually gets the first goal in this Champions League final 6 minutes in. Like, I genuinely can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe that he scored 6 minutes in. Like, I'm thinking to myself, if this was real life, the Liverpool fans would be ahead lost like they are in that clip. But it gets even better, because Wirtz, 10 minutes in, passes the ball over to Isaac, passes it back to Frimpong, passes it back to Isaac, gets the perfect pass through to Ekitike, and going to that 4-1-2-1-2 over the 4-2-3-1, getting those two amazing strikers up front to do as much of the work as they can, has been paying off for this club. And it being half-time already, it's Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 2. But then we're going to bring on Elliott, Jones, Kumas and Beck, 4 youth academy graduates of Liverpool. Let's just do it, lads. Come on, just bring the glory home back to Liverpool. But maybe not yet, because Mbappe passes the 4 to Camavinga. It's now 2-1. With 20 minutes left to go, I don't know if I've done the right thing for the team of Liverpool by relying on the youngsters and the youth academy graduates of this great team. But the question is, will Real Madrid come back in this final, or can Liverpool just hold on? And the answer is going to be straight after this free kick, because Mbappe gets the ball straight through to Valverde, passes it straight down to Vinny Jr. And I'm thinking, okay, can the team defend this? Can the team defend this? As Vinny Jr. goes down the wing, through to Bellingham, through to Denis Ceballos, through to Valverde, trying to get that ball off, just trying to get any ball off that Real Madrid can. Valverde still got the ball, through to Bellingham, Kumas clears it, and that's going to be it. Real Madrid 1, Liverpool 2 in this UEFA Champions League final. What an amazing job that this team has done. Even though we sold all of our best players, only bought in 1 centre-back, all transfer window, and relying on the youngsters, we have managed to do what I think was a better job than the class of 82 at Manchester United and win the Champions League. But here we go. Here comes the captain Konate to lift the UEFA Champions League for Liverpool in this FC 26 rebuild. We sold all of our best players, relied on the kids, and it has totally paid off for us in this rebuild. Because look at us, we're going to lift the UEFA Champions League in our first proper season at this club. And normally I would say, yeah, that's the rebuild done. But you know what, after a year and a half, it doesn't really feel like I've done that much work. So you know what, let's see if we can win the other trophies in this great country. Like when you got Bajetic growing into a 76 overall defensive mid, when you got Josh Godfrey, who are loaned out to Cardiff, going up by +10, and when you got people like Benjamin Kirby, who I do want to give a chance in this rebuild at some point, going up by +6, you got to give him a chance. And Naoni went up by 4, so hopefully he'll make an appearance at some point in this rebuild. But let's carry on by just loaning everyone out. That's all you can do, just loan people out. As well as selling McAllister, but bringing back Kwanzaa, Nico Williams, and Ben Gannon-Doak back into the Liverpool lineup. Because I believe the best way forward for this club is to bring back the youngsters that they sold to make this awful team. But we win 2-0 in the Super Cup, and in the Champions League, when we got knocked out by Dortmund in the first season, we get our revenge back. In the quarterfinals, we have Bayern Munich once again, and again, we knock them out. But in the semi-finals against Man City, unfortunately, we are going to fall at the last hurdle, getting knocked out 5-3 on aggregate. But in the Prem, I just skipped this game because I thought we just lost the league, but we won 4-0, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Man City lost 4-1 to Fulham, and because Man City lost 4-1 to Fulham, that means we overleaped them, and that means we won the league on the final day. Man City blew it so badly we was able to win it on the final day, which means that we have now won the FA Cup, the UEFA Champions League, and now the Premier League, with the player of the season being Hugo Ekitike, which is a fantastic job done by Arne Slot and this fantastic rebuilt Liverpool side. But let's have that trophy bus celebration once again, for we are going to have another trophy bus celebration for the Premier League once again. We had a couple years off after winning it back in 2025, and we are back to becoming Premier League champions. So what do we do after that? Buy Mark Guay, sell Wouter Goes, loaning out some other people, selling Owen Beck by bringing back Tyler Morton back into the team. So look at the players that we have out. But let's look at the people that we have in. Connor Bradley, Williams, Gray, Kanate, Kirkes, Wirtz, Gravenberch, Isaac, Ekitike, Jaros, Ramsey, Kwanzaa, Kumas, Gannon-Doak, Elliott, Tyler Morton, Pesky, Frimpong. Like, we have some fantastic people in this squad. But in the Champions League, we are going to get knocked out 5-3 by Chelsea. But that's not the worst news, because you know why? We're at Wembley Stadium for the last trophy that I have to win with this club, and it is going to be up against Arsenal in the EFL Cup final against this North London side. So you know what, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just get it to it. And we're going to start by Ekitike getting some power past the Arsenal defence and making it 1-0 against Arsenal, 28 minutes in to the EFL Cup final, the last trophy that we need. But then Subani passes the ball through to Rafael Leo, and 42 minutes in, it's going to be Rafael Leo who gets the North Londoners back into this EFL Cup final. And with that, it's going to be Arsenal 1, Liverpool 1, half time. But then in the second half, we're going to bring on Harvey Elliott, Gannon-Doak, Kumas, as well as Nico Williams, because we need to get this ball rolling with the Scousers, and it works as Ekitike passes it straight through to Isaac, sees he has the chance, and absolutely takes it on, as Alexander Isaac is going to get the second goal for Liverpool in this EFL Cup final. And do you think that's going to be enough? Well, no, because Victor Gyökeres scores 89 minutes in, which means that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to go to extra time in this EFL Cup final against Arsenal, which is not the thing I wanted to hear, to be honest, in this rebuild. But you know what? We're just going to move on forward with it, because we know that we can make it. And you know what? Of course we do, because Tyler Morton passes the ball straight through to Harvey Elliott, passes it through to Ekitike. In the 99th minute, we manage to get the lead back 99 minutes into the EFL Cup final. That two-link up between Tyler Morton and Harvey Elliott, two former Liverpool Youth Academy graduates, through to Ekitike to make it 3-2 in this EFL Cup final. But the question is, can we hold on? That's all we got to do. And we do. We hold on. Just simply we hold on. 4-time Arsenal FC 2, Liverpool FC 3. A fantastic job done by the Scousers to get us the final trophy that we needed to win in this rebuild. Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League, done. As the Liverpool fans are going crazy, because here comes the Liverpool FC captain to lift the EFL Cup for Liverpool, meaning that we have now won all 4 trophies in this FC 26 rebuild. And yeah, final day. Let's see if we can go ahead and win the league. We did manage to beat Sheffield United 1-0, but unfortunately Arsenal win 3-1 against Brighton on the final day, which means that we'll just have to deal with second place. But you want to know something I accidentally skipped? We beat Aston Villa 3-0 in the FA Cup final, which means, you know what, we won 2 trophies in this season, especially thanks to Isaac scoring 41 goals and 10 assists in this rebuild. So let's go celebrate the League Cup. Let's go celebrate the FA Cup that we won in the season. But you know what? I could call it quits right here. But you know what? I just want one more season. Just please give me one more season. And that one last season that I want is going to happen right now. We sell Kumas. We are going to also get rid of Elliott, who wanted to leave, Ramsey, Jairus, some other loan players. So let's have a look at the final squad that we are going to have in this FC 26 rebuild. Bradley, Williams, Gueye, Kanate, Kirkes, Wirtz, Gravenberch, Isaac, Nagoma, Ekete, Pesky, Kwanzaa, Ganondok, Naomi. He's going to get a run out. Tyler Morton, Frimpong. And we're going to give debuts to Reina, Godfrey and Whittaker in this rebuild for our last season. But it doesn't get off to the greatest start, as we are going to get knocked out by Liverpool in the round of the Champions League that we were in, the round of 16. But let's go play the final game. We're going to give debuts to those 3 people in gameplay-wise in this rebuild. And we're just going to appreciate the work that has been done in this rebuild, because we can finally see this club lift the Premier League trophy. It is written, it is confirmed. After this game we will be lifting the Premier League trophy, but I've never seen this cutscene before, so you know, I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm just going to enjoy it. Very nice. So let's go have a look at the final squad that we played with this Liverpool team. Georgie in goal, followed by Bradley, Kanate, Gray and Kirkes, Gravenberch at CDM, Frimpong and Nagoma on the wings, Wirtz and the attacking mid, and Isaac and Ekete up front. What an amazing team that we have built. But here comes Ekete, who is going to get a goal half an hour in to this game against a team I guess we formed a rivalry with accidentally in this rebuild, because I despised them in this rebuild. Arsenal. Good start to our final game. But then Stassin is going to try to get a chance. Goes through to Saka. Goes through to Declan Rice, who of all people scores the first goal for Arsenal in this rebuild. And with that, it's going to be 1-1 between both teams at half-time. But then Stassin gets the chance to make it 2-1 to Arsenal. 74 minutes in, and we're going to give a debut to those 3 youngsters that I mentioned earlier on, and they're actually going to make a difference. Isaac passes the ball through to Godfrey, who got a +10 on his loan at Cardiff. Straight through to Isaac, straight through to Naoni, straight through to Ekatike with 1 minute left to go in regular time. Hugo Ekete gets the draw for Liverpool in this final game for this club in this rebuild, and it's going to be half time. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2, but we're not here for that game really. What we are here for is to lift the Premier League trophy with this Liverpool squad that we spent so much time trying to rebuild, and I think it's all paid off. But here comes the captain, Kanate, to lift the Premier League for Liverpool in this FC 26 rebuild. What a fun and fantastic rebuild it has been with Liverpool in FC 26. But here we go, time to end out this amazing rebuild, which I know Liverpool might not be the most interesting rebuild, but with the way we brought back the youth academy talent, with the way that we grew new ones, and the way we finally made Isaac and Ekete work, I say it's paid off. Like, comment, subscribe, peace. So, you've reached the end of the video. Thank you. That actually goes a long way towards helping the channel. Thank you very much. I hope the video was fun. Hopefully it was fun. Please make sure to check the other videos out on this channel, and please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It does help out a lot. Thank you.